Hello and welcome to our final episode in the Ku-Out podcast series, Owning Your Path, where we've been exploring how ownership can transform both our personal and professional lives. Today, we're diving into building a culture of ownership within an organization. Ownership is powerful on an individual level, but when it becomes part of a workplace culture, it has the potential to transform an entire team or company. We'll break down how to create a shared vision, foster accountability, and celebrate achievements, all while creating an environment where everyone feels they have a stake in the success of the organization. So, let's dive into our first section. Crafting a shared vision of ownership. At the heart of every successful team or company is a shared vision, a set of values and goals that everyone is working toward. To cultivate a culture of ownership, it's essential that each team member understands and aligns with this vision. Defining the vision together, leaders and team members can work together to define this vision, ensuring that everyone feels connected to the larger purpose. When people feel their contributions matter in reaching the company's goals, they're more likely to take ownership of their roles. Clear communication of goals. Regular communication helps reinforce this vision. For instance, at Ku-Out, managers might share how day-to-day tasks link back to the company's mission, whether it's through quality customer service or efficient teamwork in operations. Encouraging personal connections. When employees feel a personal connection to the company's mission, it's easier for them to embrace ownership. Leaders can encourage employees to share their stories and experiences, deepening their connection to the company's success. Building accountability through clear expectations. Accountability is essential for ownership, and it begins with setting clear, achievable expectations. When employees understand what's expected of them and know the standards they're working toward, they're more likely to take responsibility for their performance. Setting measurable goals. Goals need to be specific, measurable, and realistic. For example, in a restaurant, this could mean setting a goal for reducing customer wait times by a certain percentage or maintaining cleanliness standards during each shift. Empowering ownership of results. Once expectations are clear, employees should have the freedom to meet these goals in their own ways. Empowerment doesn't mean lack of guidance. It's about trusting team members to do their best without micromanaging. This level of trust allows people to take true ownership. Providing constructive feedback. Constructive feedback loops encourage accountability and growth. Rather than pointing out only what went wrong, constructive feedback focuses on what could be improved, offering support and resources where needed. Role of leaders in fostering ownership. Leadership plays a vital role in creating a culture of ownership. Leaders set the tone by modeling the behavior they expect to see in others and fostering an environment where ownership is encouraged and celebrated. Modeling ownership behavior. When leaders take ownership of their responsibilities, acknowledging both successes and mistakes, it sets a powerful example. Employees who see their leaders take accountability are more likely to embrace ownership themselves. Encouraging open communication and collaboration. Leaders should cultivate an open environment where employees feel comfortable sharing ideas, concerns, and challenges. An open-door policy and regular check-ins show employees that their voice matters and that they are essential to the organization's success. Mentorship and support. Mentorship is another powerful tool. Leaders who actively support their team members' growth through training and career development opportunities build a foundation of trust. This support reinforces that the company values their contributions and wants them to succeed. Encouraging continuous improvement and adaptability. Ownership is not a one-time action. It's a continuous commitment to learning, adapting, and improving. Fostering a culture of ownership means encouraging employees to look for ways to improve, both in their own work and in the team's collective efforts. Establishing a growth mindset. Ownership thrives in a culture that values growth over perfection. Encourage employees to view challenges as opportunities to learn rather than obstacles. This can be done through team reflections, where employees share lessons learned from recent projects or challenges. Celebrating innovation and creativity. Employees who take ownership often bring fresh ideas to the table. Encourage innovation by giving people the freedom to test out new ideas, even if they don't always work out as planned. The willingness to innovate reflects a commitment to growth and continuous improvement. Learning from mistakes. Mistakes are an inevitable part of growth. A culture of ownership embraces mistakes as learning opportunities. For example, after a shift in a restaurant, team members might discuss what went well and what could have been done differently. This type of debrief allows everyone to take ownership of their improvement. Celebrating and recognizing ownership achievements. Finally, to truly embed ownership into your culture, it's essential to recognize and celebrate achievements. Recognizing team members who display ownership reinforces the behavior and motivates others to follow suit. Highlighting ownership stories. Sharing success stories where employees demonstrated exceptional ownership can inspire others. Whether it's a team member who went above and beyond to resolve a customer issue or someone who took initiative on a challenging project, highlighting these examples can help build a culture of pride and responsibility. Building rituals of recognition. Regular recognition doesn't always need to be formal. Small acts like weekly shout-outs, team lunches, or a recognition board can make employees feel valued. These rituals create a positive atmosphere where ownership is celebrated daily. Creating long-term commitment to ownership culture. Building a culture of ownership isn't a one-time effort. It requires consistent commitment and reinforcement. The goal is to make ownership an intrinsic part of the team's identity, a value that everyone, new hires and longtime team members alike, embraces every day. Embedding ownership into onboarding. Start reinforcing the ownership culture from day one. During onboarding, make sure new employees understand the company's commitment to accountability, collaboration, and improvement. Set clear expectations and communicate the value of taking ownership. Conducting regular team reflection sessions. Encourage regular team reflections or retrospectives where everyone evaluates what worked well and what can be improved. This collective practice of reflection ensures that everyone is committed to continuous improvement and accountability. Conclusion and recap. We've covered a lot in today's episode, from defining a shared vision to fostering accountability, encouraging continuous improvement, and recognizing achievements. Building a culture of ownership takes time and dedication, but the rewards are well worth it. When ownership becomes part of the workplace culture, it creates a motivated, engaged, and high-performing team. And that brings us to the end of Owning Your Path, the podcast series where we explored the impact of ownership on personal and professional growth. We hope you found inspiration, insights, and practical tips to bring a culture of ownership into your life and workplace. Thank you for joining us on this journey.